Welcome to Spring LIB.
All right, so the first basic thing we need in order to answer this question is to consider what happened during the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution took place in the 19th century, and it was marked by a movement towards increased use of machinery in factories and using fossil fuels like coal and gas to as energy sources to fuel this new technology. Um, but what happens when you burn fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are basically remains of dead organisms that have been sort of crunched down into their basic elements after millions and millions of years. Um, when you burn them, because these are, remains of formerly living organisms, they have carbon in them. When you burn them, one of their waste products is carbon dioxide. And that is what happened as, you know, let's say in this factory, they're burning coal in order to fuel whatever it is they're making. And in this waste smoke is emitting carbon dioxide. Now, what carbon dioxide does, obviously, is it's a greenhouse gas. And because of that, the more and more it gets trapped in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped and temperatures increase as a result of that. So now that we have, with that basic definition of the Industrial Revolution, we can take a look at our multiple choice answers and figure out which one is correct. The global temperatures have been rising since this period as a result of the burning of fossil fuels. Option B seems to be our best bet, but let's take a look at the other options first, just so we don't miss anything. Agricultural production has definitely increased since the Industrial Revolution, just on a global scale in general. It is like a move towards, industrial and commercial farming pretty much. But agricultural production in and of itself, unless you count, methane production from livestock, is not sort of the cause of a lot of the temperature increases that we've seen since the start of the Industrial Revolution. Burning of fossil fuels has been going on since that time. That's sort of what was the marker of the period. Movement of people has also increased, but that, unless you count, the burning of fossil fuels needed to fuel cars and planes, it's not moving in and of itself isn't doing anything to lead to an increase in temperatures. Same thing with the use of pesticides, which is also can be dangerous in and of itself to an environment and can be detrimental to certain, plants living there, which can have an impact on how much CO2 gets absorbed by them. But at the end of the day, that's not like the largest effect, nor is that particularly a marker of or a characteristic of that we think of when we think of the Industrial Revolution. So I think it's safe to say that we can go with B,